Hi, beautiful people. It's Wonderful Wednesday. I'm April Roll, your ER doctor online and a member of Docs. It's June and it's National Safety Month. So if you've been wondering how to stay safe, especially in 2020 with everything that's going on, that's what today's topic is all about. So, first, I want to talk about how to stay safe while protesting. The most important thing would be to wear a mask. Continue to wear a mask because while we are protesting against police brutality, we're standing up for Black lives, we're protesting against injustices in this country and inequalities that we are facing, we are still in the midst of a coronavirus pandemic. COVID 19 is still going strong, and we must remember to keep ourselves safe and protected by wearing a mask and continuing to stay healthy. The next thing that I want to talk about is very general for safety, and that is falls. So, the most important thing that we can do to prevent falls is wearing a proper shoe. And what that means is right size, not too big or too small, comfort, also the sole of the shoe, the grip of the shoe, because the first things first is you don't want to trip over your actual shoe. If it's too big, if it has too much grip, if it's sliding around, if it's too flimsy, you can actually trip over the shoe itself. The next thing I want to talk about as it relates to shoes is if you are a diabetic, please remember to wear shoes actually, because if you happen to step on something sharp, um, diabetes causes you to have uh, a delayed wound healing, and you're at risk of complications during the wound healing process. So wearing shoes is very important. Another thing about wearing shoes for diabetics, as a side note, is some people with diabetes have diabetic neuropathy, and that's basically an altered sensation where you can have tingling, decreased sensation, even numbness, to the point that you don't even know you stepped on something sharp like a nail until either you see bleeding from your foot or someone else actually sees the wound. So again, shoes are very important. The next tip, as it goes along with falls, is if you do walk with assistance, meaning you use a cane or a walker or someone else to help you walk, please actually use the assistance, because sometimes people will say, oh, well, I only have to walk 2 feet distance. I can, make it wherever I'm going just by holding onto the wall or holding onto something else. And those are the times when they actually end up falling. And this is a safety prevention to actually use your assistant, because when you fall, you can suffer an injury, which could be something as small as an ankle sprain, but also you can get a hip fracture, and you can actually, if you hit your head, you can get a brain bleed, which is dangerous. Um, the next tip that I want to share is also for people with diabetes. When you are taking your insulin, please remember to eat first, because so many times in the ER, people are brought in for a call, found unresponsive, blood sugar in the 20 or 30s, 40s, and when they after they get the glucose and they tell the story, they're usually saying that they were about to eat or they were making breakfast, they were doing XYZ, they already had their lunch, so they gave themselves the insulin and they got distracted for whatever reason, and then they passed up, end up on the floor. So very, very safe tip. Please remember to eat before you're taking your insulin. Another tip about safety goes along with wellness, and I talked about this a lot in my videos from last month about wellness and mental health. It is basically your state of mind, because depression and high stress, and everybody knows at this time we're all going through high stress situations, and prolonged high stress can lead to increase in blood pressure, heart attack, stroke. So it's very important to keep in mind keeping your wellness and mental health in a good place, because that also protects your safety in terms of health wise. So there are so many other safety tips I could give, but this video would get so long. I could talk hours and hours about different topics of safety. But this is June National Safety Month. So please remember, anything you can do to keep yourself safe, please put those things into practice. If you have found this video helpful, please share, like, comment below. If you want to hear other topics, comment below. If you want to set up a telemedicine visit with me, visit Rodocs. The information is in the description box. Again, thank you so much for sharing this wonderful Wednesday with me. Be blessed and stay healthy.